All right, good day, everyone. This is Alan. It's Saturday, October 16th. It's 11:26, and we're going to be getting started on a shift for DoorDash. I will try and record all of the the actual orders, and what I'm trying to do is get my acceptance rate up so that I can be a top dasher and see if I get some better orders. And we'll go ahead and get started and see how things go. It's 11:26 on Saturday morning, and we'll see what happens here. All right, so I got my first order. Actually, it just took mere seconds to get the order. It's Chick-fil-A. It's $4.75. I didn't take the screenshot. It's probably not the best order to take, honestly, but it is what it is. So we're gonna go ahead and pick that up, deliver it, and then we'll see what we get next. At the end of the shift today, and everything we're doing, then we'll add up the totals and take a look at all the numbers and everything. All right, so we just dropped off that order. It was $4.75 for that order. I got an order for Red Lobster for 6 miles. Say 6 miles. It was like $3.75. Sorry, I'm not going to take that order. That order will probably just sit at Red Lobster, waiting for someone to pick up over the next hour. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, good thing I didn't though, because then I got another order right behind that for a restaurant, and it's like $7.87. Kind of a weird number, but that is for 6 miles, so that makes more sense. So I went ahead and took that order. One thing I wanted to mention when you start doing DoorDash deliveries is that your car needs to be in good shape. I mean, you're going to get a gas allowance if you properly use your write-offs on your taxes. But one thing you don't take into account is like how many places have speed bumps. I mean, you're always just bouncing around these darn speed bumps all over the place. And they're really annoying. I mean, especially because some of them, they don't like mark properly. You can't see them. If it's dark, you're bouncing into them, and it's really, really aggravating. So, just watch out for the speed bumps, because they're pretty frustrating sometimes. So, all right, we're gonna pick up this order, and we'll drop it off, and we'll go from there. All right, so I'm about halfway through my current shift, my current dash. This last order was $4.25. It wasn't that far, but super frustrating. Had to wait at McDonald's to start with. And then it's a gated community, and then naturally the customer leaves no code. So I had to call the customer, get the code. Fortunately, there were a bunch of people driving in, so I just followed through them. And then when I got in there, I knew which building it was. So, normally what you're going to do is look for a sign or some sort of map or guide or something to kind of indicate where the apartment buildings are at. So I find the sign, it's straight in front of me, and it's got the building number and an arrow. So I follow that. It's like building whatever through whatever. So I follow that arrow, and then the building's not there. So I drive all around in this complex. I'm late on the delivery, which I'm very much not happy about that. I mean, I didn't get the delivery until late to begin with, so that didn't help. Usually you have plenty of time to get the order to the customer, but in this case, the building is the first building on the left, but if you're just driving straight in, you don't really realize it. The sign kind of leads you to believe that it's down where the sign is at. So I'm driving all around looking for it. And then, of course, to put the icing on top, the apartment's at the 3rd floor. And then, of course, there's usually 2 different sections of apartment buildings. And so the first 3rd floor section, it wasn't there. So guess what? I got to climb 6 flights of stairs for $4.25. So there you go. It took about 30 minutes. So kind of frustrating. What I'm going to do is move out of this area, and I'm going to move back into a different area where things are a bit more compact as far as restaurants and streets. And because the DoorDash app seems to want to push me out south of my normal, like what's close to my house, for example, which I don't mind moving away from the house, but it's more compact where I live from a street standpoint, and you don't have to drive as much to get from place to place. So I'm going to move back over there. I paused the app for the moment, and we're going to go relocate to a different area. So it'll probably take about 15 minutes to do that. So we will be back shortly and pick up some more DoorDash orders. So we'll do that. We'll be back. All right, so just picked up an order. It's $10.25. And it's going 14 miles, but to be honest with you, this is mostly highway. Once I look at the map and how I'm going to get there. So it should take me about 15 minutes. So I'm not too overly worried about the distance. I mean, it's $10 and I got almost an hour to get there. So, it's like, what the heck? I'll take it. Better than doing these McDonald's orders. It's got good instructions on it. And, I'm going to take it and I'm going to roll with it. All right, so we will be back when we get to the apartment complex. All right, so we just completed that delivery. It was pretty easy. It's one of those 3-story apartment complexes. Fortunately, this one was on the ground floor, so it made it pretty easy. And left it right at the door. Like I said, it was all highway driving, so it got here pretty quick. Just waiting for another order. It's 2 o'clock on Saturday, so things might slow down a little bit at this point. And so we will see what happens. All right, so it's 2:21. I dropped that off. I mean, it says I'm outside of my area, so I'm just gonna sit here. I'm in like a shopping center parking lot under a shade tree. So I'm just gonna sit here and wait for a few minutes and see if I get an order. I don't know. I think my dash technically ends in like 10 minutes. So maybe I'll go find something to eat here in a minute. It's going to get that time of day to kind of grab something quick. Then we'll go back to dashing. I do know there's a peak pay coming up at 5 in an area, so I may try and stay out to around maybe 6 or something. I don't know, we'll see. So, or I could just go home and then go back out at 5. Might do that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens here in a few minutes. I haven't got any orders pop up. Like I said, I got like 10 minutes left in the current dash. So it is 2 o'clock though on Saturday afternoon, so I guess probably to be expected things will slow down. So we'll see. Check it out. I'll let you know what I'm going to do in a few minutes. So I'm sitting here, I'm waiting for an order and just making sure that the app is working. There's a little button that you can press to and I'll have the little screenshot of that, or where you can press that out, and then it's like a self-check of the app. So just in case you're wondering, probably a lot of the veteran drivers out there already know this stuff, but little things that you realize when you're first starting out, little things that you see or find in the app, while you're doing this. So I did check. It says everything is working right. It said to move myself to a hotspot. So we'll do that in a few minutes. I'm going to grab something to eat. So while you're in the Dasher app, you see the question mark at the right top side. You press that, and then it'll have I'm not getting any orders at the top. Then you press that, and then that's going to open up the self-check. So you can go ahead and do that, and then make sure that you're getting, or at least your app is working right. All right, so just completed a double order. It was $15.75. That was less than an hour. The double pickup orders are really the way to go. I mean, that's definitely going to be... That's definitely how you make your money, for sure. The double pickup orders really make a difference. So I hadn't been doing those. I mean, sometimes I'll get a little flustered and be like, oh gosh, what am I doing? I'm not picking it up at the right spot, or I'm too far away, or the time. But as you get more comfortable with the app, then you kind of see how things go. Things slow down a little bit for you, and that way you're able to take advantage of some of these orders that pop up. So I'm outside of the delivery area right now, it says. So I'm going to try and get myself back into the delivery area, and then we'll go from there. All right. It's we've been dashing a long time today. It's almost 7 o'clock. It's dashing for like 6 hours now, 7 hours. So I've been going for a long time, but what we're going to want to do is, we're at $96 right now. So I got about half an hour more on this. I went ahead and took another half an hour dash, and I'm going to try and get to $100. It'll be my first $100 day. So that's what we're going to do. So we'll see how it works. It's 40 minutes to try and get it done.
All right, so here are the real number breakdowns for my dash for the day. The total was 102.50 was the gross amount. Total hours worked were 6.80 hours, which is really, that's just dash time. So that was a little over 6.5 hours of actual dash time. And I drove 135 miles. So you can see that the actual hourly pay on it ended up being $15.07. It was not good, really, in my opinion, on the mileage. It was 76 cents per mile, so it really needs to be closer to $1 per mile. I spent $17.55 in gas. Overall car expense repairs, if you take out that amount, it's $5.13. So my total expenses for the day were $22.68. So total expenses then were $79.83. Or after expenses, $79.83 is that, and then that ends up being a real job hourly at $11.74. So when you do the tax deduction on the mileage, it's $75.60. The taxable income on that is $26.90, which means the taxes owed are $8.07. So your total after taxes and all of that is $94.43. So your actual pocket money would be $71.76, which ends up bringing that to $10.55 per hour. So that's what that netted me for that day. Now, I do also have a second tracking sheet, which breaks things down more of a monthly time period. So on that Saturday, 102.10. Again, the same breakdowns on the gas, the food, and the car maintenance. I had a total of 12 orders, 135 miles, and my actual real working time was 7 hours and 47 minutes. And this breaks down the exact number of orders. Now, unfortunately, I didn't put these in order. I do know in the later part of the day I was getting peak pay, so the orders that I was getting were better than they were in the morning. So I really made more money during the peak pay, which makes sense. You're going to make more money that way, but I did less work and made more money. So really working during peak pay is the way to do it. Or just, pick the orders that make the most sense. You got to make $1 per mile. I screwed that up. I was at 76 cents. All right. So that's the numbers for that. We'll get another video going. Please subscribe and like the video, and we'll get another breakdown of the finances and everything together here, and take a look at a next one and see if I can come up with some good content for you.